Hello, hello. Already live? Looks like it. Okay. Hello, I'm Roberto Viacaba. I'm the founder of Green Iceberg Press and creator of Voyager. Also, I'm a comic artist, first of all. I have more than 20 years of experience drawing comics professionally. Um, Here are the covers of my comic Voyager. This cover is by Victor Faro. These are my covers. Uh, this project is on Kickstarter. We already got funded. The campaign already ended, but just if you're interested, you can still get some rewards as a late pledge. And also, I launched a few months back Nathaniel Fox. This is another cover by Victor Faro. This is a cover by me, and this no wait. This cover is by Manuel Loza, who is the artist in the interior. This is a great comic too. The campaign already ended, but if you are interested in stories like Indiana Jones or uh, that style of adventures, I recommend it highly. And you can subscribe to my newsletter, and I'll let you know when the next chapters comes out on Kickstarter. What else? This is another project I'm preparing to launch. It's gonna take some time, but it's gonna be great. This is a anthology, a fantasy anthology with a lot of great artists. This cover on the right, but this is actually um, this is right now the main page on the project on Kickstarter. The link is in the description. But it won't. This won't be the cover, but this is one panel from one of the interior stories, and the art is by Julio Zamor. He's a great artist, as you can see, and these are illustrations by me, but they are not referring to any story in particular. It's just to get the feeling of the fantasy and the kind of stories you will get inside. Okay, what else? Okay, I think that's all the promotions that I want to get across. And now I'm going to start explaining a little bit about perspective. I'm intending to make a book about perspective in the near future too, but I want to just show you different a, a, a way um, that works for me as an artist, to a way to understand perspective drawing that is easy to understand and to put in practice. I learned perspective in high school. I was studying in Argentina, uh, high school that the title you get out of that school, it's in construction, so you have to learn to draw perspective, to draw the buildings and everything. And the teacher was really good, and many of the things that that she teach stuck with me. And I I also learned the struggles that others have to understand perspective. And let's see if I can help you. If you have any problems with perspective, just let me know. So I'll start by with the definition of perspective. Perspective drawing is the representation of the three-dimensional space in a 2D space. 2D space. The 2D space is the paper, or in this case, this file, um, of the screen, right? So if you're, let me show you an image. If you're trying to represent a 3D space like this, Let's see. Oh, this is really small. For the files to be okay. I think it's okay. Mm, okay. Here we have like a room, an inside room. So let me check layer. Okay. If you want to represent, okay, this is photo, but it already represents a 3D space, but it's a 2D image. But let's imagine that you're looking at your room, in the room you are right now. If you stand or sit down in front of one of the walls, like in this image, the photographer was in front. Uh, I mean, he has the back wall. It was flat to him. So if this image were the space and you want to represent it, imagine you have like a glass in front of you and the room is in the other side of that glass, right? You have no problem with representing the vertical lines. Let's choose a better color. If you already know something of perspective, this might be boring to you, but bear with me. You can draw, let's use this. You can draw vertical lines with no problem, right? Let's make it a little bit like this. No problem, right? Those vertical lines, you will um, project them into your glass, drawing into your glass, copying the ones that you see through it, right? There's no problem with that. Uh, it's they will be like the same direction um, in scale. It will be smaller in the glass, right? So same thing with the oh, wait, with the horizontal lines, right? There, 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 there. Doesn't matter if they are far or close. Well, maybe this horizontals there, and so on. The line of the carpet, it's not perfect, but okay. So, and well, the roof is not, the ceiling is not horizontal, it looks like, but the window it is. So, horizontal lines and vertical lines, you have no problem representing them if your window, your glass where you're drawing is parallel to the back wall, right? I'm supposing, supposing I don't know if that's the word, but um, um, let's suppose that the room you're in is orthogonal, that every wall and roof and floor they are at the right angle, 90 degrees. So if you have your glass where you're drawing is parallel to the back wall, you can transport those lines with no problem to the glass, right? But the problem starts when you are trying to draw the lines that come forward from that wall. Or, I mean the um, uh, the connection or the line where the ceiling and the roof connects on both sides, and the line where the wall and the floor connects, right? So these lines here, right? So how do I draw them to be precise? So let's think about this. We can, if the room has all the angles at 90 degrees, we can assume that those lines are parallel between them, right? It's the um, the border, or the, how do you say it? It's not border. What's the word I'm looking for? Um, Sorry. Okay, let's start. Let's keep with line. Okay, the line with where the wall and the ceiling connects will be parallel to the other wall, right? And to the line with the wall and the floor. Those four lines are parallel, right? So there is a definition about parallel lines that um, the parallel lines, to be a parallel line, they have to not have the same distance between them and in all the way, but they will connect in the infinite. So to get the direction of these four lines, what I have to do is I know they will start here, right? This is the vortex. Let me translate, because I want to say one word in Spanish, but I'm not sure how to say it in English. Just a quick quick search. Uh, Sorry about. It's not the best, but that I'm live. I have to. Vertex. Okay, vertex. Edge was the, okay, the edge between the ceiling and the wall. That was the word I was looking for. Sorry about that. Okay, so I need to do these edges in perspective, right? I Here I have the photo, so I can just trace about it. But if you're in your room trying to draw your room and you're already did the back wall and want to do this, you will have to find the infinite. So where the these parallel lines will touch each other, will connect. So if you think about it, where do you see a line as a point? And I have a line in a space. Let's suppose this pen is it's a line. How do I see this as a point? And the only way to see it as a point is this line goes through my eyes, my line of vision, right? If I'm doing like this, I only see a point. So to find a point that is parallel, a line, sorry, to find a point that represents a line that is also parallel to the other four lines, it that point should pass through me. That line should pass through my line of vision. So now I have five parallel points. Sorry, five parallel lines. Those are the edge of the wall with the ceiling to the right, the edge of the wall to the ceiling to the left, the edge of the wall to the floor on the right, the edge of the floor to the left, and the fifth will be the line parallel to those four that goes through my line of vision, right? So this is the point of the infinite. This is the vintage point, right? Have you ever heard about that word? The vintage point. That's where all parallel lines will connect. So this vantage point is the vantage point of the observer. The observer is really important when you are trying to do perspective, to represent space on a plane, on a 2D space. Okay, so here to find it, I can trace the photo. But if you're in your room, you can pick whatever point you think will be more closely to where are you standing. So if I'm sitting right here in my room in my studio looking at the wall, I'm maybe looking at the third of the height. So maybe I can put the vantage point and sitting a little bit to the right. So maybe this is my vantage point. So I'm gonna erase this, shut it down, and this will be, let's do another color. This will be my vantage point. Oh, wait. Now I can do perspective like this. It's not gonna be the same as the photo, but that's okay. I'm not intended to. But the, the important thing that I want you to understand is this: that the vintage point, I call it a point, but it's actually a parallel line to this another blue lines that goes through the observer. So in perspective, the vantage point is the point where the observer is standing, right? So it's not gonna fit with this. No, it doesn't fit because the vantage point of the photographer of this picture is somewhere else. I think it's more over here. Yeah, but if I trace it, I should find the vantage point. Let's see. If I do this, no, here, here, around here. Wait. Yeah, it's not perfect. Yeah, it's not. Maybe it's not parallel. So, oh, this the line of the roof. It's interesting. The carpet. The carpet might be not aligned with the wall, but around there. Well, okay, that those lines doesn't matter. But they are around here, and these lines of the pictures in the wall, they should go that way too. If, if the pictures are well put together on the wall, if they are not, I'm in trouble. Okay, as you see, they are all close together. So the main thing is that the vantage point is where the observer is standing. So now, what happens if I'm not looking at a wall um, with oh yes, I forgot to tell you this imaginary glass that I have in front of me where I'm drawing is oh hello. No problem, don't worry, Mr. Auntie. I just call you Mr. Auntie. No worries. um, okay, where was I? The imaginary glass where or maybe you can use a glass if you want. Oh, that's a good practice. You can get your window and draw what's uh, beyond your window. Like in this picture, I have this building here, but do it practically in your own home. Maybe I don't know if you can go outside and draw your room inside, and then you will find that you can get the how you do it. It's you stand on your. Let me see if I'm on. Okay. You stand in front of your window. If you have nice buildings outside, you can do it from inside. But if you have like just a facade of another building, you won't be able to do much perspective, or you have all like you see the a landscape, good for you, but you won't be able to find many things to do perspective with. There is perspective in the landscape, but it's not the line thing. You won't be able to find a vantage point. So you go outside and stand in front of one of the windows of your house and draw. You can pick up a marker, uh, make a distance with your marker and with your straight arm, and make a circle, the biggest you can with your arm. Just always stand in the same place, because remember that the observer is static in a perspective drawing. So you have to stay in the same place and draw every line of the structure you can see, the furniture too, be inside that circle you did with your arm. Draw everything, and then grab a ruler and extend every line that is not vertical, horizontal or vertical. Every line that is diagonal, just extend it inward, and you will find a vantage point that should be just in front of your eyes, or in your line of sight. That's a really, I know you understand. I hope, because maybe my English is not clear enough, but I get you understand what I'm saying, but it's a good practice to do it. When you do it, it's something clicks. You will understand better how to understand perspective and how to translate a perspective drawing to a 2D dimension. A 3D space to a 2D space that is the perspective drawing. What else? Another good thing. Oh wait. So I should write a script before doing this, but sorry, I'm improvising, uh, and I will answer any question you have about perspective if you want. So this is how you understand one point perspective with one vantage point. So let's see what else. What else can I tell you about this? Uh, One funny thing about this, about one point perspective, is that let's see. Let's see a little more about this. Mm-hmm. Let's see. I have this. Let's erase this one. Okay. Let's suppose I have this back wall here. Let's extend it a little bit more. Let's, let's assume I have this. Right. This back wall is the floor, ceiling, the edge of the walls, right, and the window. So if I have this vantage point, the lines will be, no, this, erase this one. This is how the lines will look like here, right? There, 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 and there. And if I say, okay, the room is this long. I can connect this with this with this. Oop, I have a problem. Oh yeah, I know where is the problem. I get around here, there, there. Well, okay. I had a problem. Okay, when I do this, this should all connect. This is wrong. Right. Okay, something wrong with some of the lines, or maybe this one is a little off. But um, so this will be the room, right? And look at this. This point is closer to the right wall, so this distance is much smaller than this one, right? And I'm almost in the middle of the height, so this is smaller than this one, but not too much, right? So what happened if I put the vantage point uh, closer to here? To, wait, to right point here. So here, if I do the lines first, the projections, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so what will happen here is that I want to see much more of the floor and the wall on the opposite side, and this will be, the ceiling will be much smaller if I measure it on the plane, right? The illusion of perspective is there, but this is much smaller than this, and this is much smaller than this, right? Okay, that will happen with every vantage point. The only way that all these are the same distance is if I put just in the middle, right? So, why I'm telling you this, because I have seen it many times that people have to, or maybe they have to put the vantage point to against one wall, so this will be really small, but they try to do maybe a window or a door, and they forget that this size is very constrained. So this is what we call shortening. So for shortening, it's more used for the anatomy, when you do like put a hand forward, and you don't see the length of the arm, so it is for shortening. With everything in the wall will happen the same. If I have, for instance, I have one door here, right? Maybe this door, wait, this door here, right? I have a door here, but I have one identical door on the other wall. What I can do is transport this to this, and if I oh wait, if I do this, maybe this is too wide, pen brush here and here, you see that this is much more smaller than this, right? And I can just transport this to here, and with the vantage point equivalent, and I have the other door in the other wall, right there. See? Okay, what I mean before the eraser. There. Wait. Let's do like this. Okay, see the difference. And if you want to do something like a tile floor, you can do it by measuring, maybe here, measure this, and let's pick another color, this, there. Maybe I have tiles this size, right there. There. And now let's discard of it. Okay, there. And now I want to do um, uh, the length of the tile. What I can, I recommend that I find it's easy to do is to measure approximately on the far side of your vantage point. So this is, both walls are parallel, right? But I'm seeing one with too much foreshortening, and the other one I'm seeing it like a little wider. So what I know is that if the tile is square, it can measure the same thing here than here, because it's getting smaller and smaller on my perspective drawing, right? So I'm gonna pick like a point on this side of the wall to be uh, around here, maybe. It's imagine like you're like taking a imaginary compass from this point to this point, like this, right? In perspective. It's not working. Yeah. Oh wait. Okay. Why it's not working? We cannot. Oh, because it's clipping to this ruler. Okay. Yeah. Maybe something like this. And now I can do the first line. There. And now, to find where the other lines will be, what I can do is just trace a diagonal here and project it all along the other lines. So now in every intersection, there is a proportional measure for the other tiles. So here we go. I only have to do this, wait, here, 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 there, there. And now what I do is I'll start again and make another diagonal till there. And that's how I measure my tiles. And this is really helpful not only for tiles, but for measuring everything uh, that it's receding in the perspective, right? So if I have, I don't know, like I have a sofa, right? And I know, let's pick another color. The, so maybe I know that these tiles are like a foot long, so I know a person will be maybe 2 foot, 2 feet, 2 feet wide. So this will be the feet, the foot no, sorry, the feet of the person. So another person standing here will be. Wait, what's that working? This is the color or what? What's wrong? I'm doing too fast or what? So one person is if one person what's wrong? It's no like 2 feet wide, but the feet are the feet are not going to stand in the far side of the 2 feet. But I know it's this is 1 feet. Okay, I guess I'm just gonna shut up. I guess you understand what I'm saying. Sorry. Okay, so maybe the sofa is 3 feet. Small sofa. No, how much? 6 feet should be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, and maybe 2.5 feet there, something like this. You can start building your furniture. 1 feet, 2 feet, 2 feet, no, 1.5 feet there, something like this. There. So with this grid, with the tiles, you can start building your furniture or like put anything you want in the space you just built. Right? Something like this. Okay, what time is it? Okay, it's 40 minutes. So, any questions so far? If you're not live, if you're just watching the record, you can drop me a question. I'll try to answer next time, or in the comments. No worries. What else? Okay. Here I have some things that help illustrate what I just said that, about this. That they are as the same time that the vantage point, it's 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 called vantage point, but actually you can visualize it as a line that goes through um, uh, the point of view, no, the sight of the person, the observer. You can um, uh, imagine that all horizontal lines are contained in different uh, planes, horizontal planes, right? So the edge of the wall with the edge of the wall. Let's go back to this. So the edge of the wall with the ceiling, and the edge of the wall with the ceiling here in on the left, they are all contained in the plane. Let's suppose that this is an horizontal plane of the ceiling, and the edge of the wall with the floor to the right, to the left, and the horizontal lines that are parallel to the wall here in the carpet and the furniture, they're all contained in the plane of the floor, right? The horizontal plane of the floor. So if every parallel line will meet at the point in the infinite, you can also um, say that parallel planes like the ceiling and the floor will connect in the infinite as a line, right? If I hope you're following me. I'm not seeing your faces to check if you're following what I'm saying, but I hope you follow this. I have a parallel line, a parallel, sorry, and it is horizontal plane that is the ceiling, and horizontal plane that is the floor. Both are horizontal, so they are parallel between them, and those parallel planes will meet in the infinite, and that infinite I can see it as a line. So the horizon is a plane that goes through my line of sight. So here's the illustration I did to illustrate that. The horizon, the horizon line is a plane that goes through your line of sight. So you can visualize it as the edge of the water. If you're swimming, everything that you're swimming and your eyes are on the edge of the water, you can, of course, the water would be, if it's calm and you're not moving much to agitate the water, the plane, of course, of the surface of the water is a horizontal plane, and everything that it's underwater, under the horizon line, you will see it from above, right? You will be the above side of each of these cubes. Everything that is on the air, so over the horizon line, you will see it from above. So what else does this implicate? That the everything that has an horizontal plane, the edges of those planes will meet on the horizon line. Doesn't actually mean that will be all meet at the same point, but they will meet on the horizon line. So if I have an object, um, let's suppose I have, let me find a new layer. I have this object here. This object here, and this object, this edge of the same object, and let's suppose I can see a little more of this. I have this object, and this is a horizontal plane, right? And the base will be an horizontal plane. So all these lines are parallel, so these lines will all connect one point in the horizon. So let's pretend they go there. So this will be a horizon line there. So they will all connect there, right? But if I have this same thing on the floor, but it's not parallel to the walls or to any of the walls, so I have it, maybe I have it like sitting here like this, right? And this is the height. So let's do it. Too much. Let's do it like this and this, right? And this is the height. Okay, this is still an horizontal plane, this here on the upper side of this furniture. I don't know what it is. Let's imagine it's that. So these lines that I haven't drawn yet, this still will connect in a point in the horizon line, and they are parallel between them, so they all will connect on the horizon, right? And maybe this will also connect in the horizon, but too far away, so I'm not going to try to do it. You can do it like this, and this I have. So now you can do things inside your room that are not all parallel to the walls, and this is a good thing because it makes it more uh, verosimil. How do you say it? It makes it look more real, more that someone lived there. It's not just a drawing, but I don't know. It's uh, that it's not just a perspective drawing, but it's something that you're trying to convey that someone lived there, or there is some chaos between all the order of the perspective, and this that makes it more alive. And actually, this should be okay, but no, doesn't matter. So for 2 point perspective is how long? Okay, for 2 point perspective. So uh, let's find another image. Okay, let's start with this. So we established that the observer is the thing that established the vantage point, right? So in your room now, find the the vantage point to the wall in front of you, then turn 90 degrees and find the vantage point to the wall on your right. So you, I don't know, should just put your arms marking that spot and go there. Now try to look both spots at the same time, right? You can. You can do it. It's the I mean, you can do it with precision. You will be you will see a blur. You can have a perfect definition of those points. So that tells you that when you're drawing a 2 point perspective like this one, let's copy this image. See, let's go here. Okay, let's see. Yeah. Copy image. Now here, there. Um, so uh, let's imagine this is your room and you're standing where the photographer is. So uh, the you can see both vantage points at the same time. So this means that the vantage points will be outside of your picture, right? There, and let's do with the sofa there. So uh, the horizon line should be around here, I guess. Maybe here. Is it here? Oh, it's almost. I found an horizontal line, so it should be around here. No, wait. Oh, it's close. Okay, let's put it there. So this is the horizon line. And the vantage points are outside. So if you don't have a grid to do the perspective, or you don't have a space to you can on the file I could do the whole thing, but if you're drawing on paper and you can't do this, let me show you. Wait, canvas. Change canvas size. Okay, I can do this, and I can do this. Okay, yeah, here we go. So let's do this again. If I find this vantage point here, and maybe this, there, and to the other side, let's do this, and maybe this. No, this is not working. Let's do this. Okay. Almost there. That's the horizon line, right? So you can do this on a file, but if you are working on a paper and the vantage points they go too far, what you can do is measure, like, okay, let's go back. You are with this and you can go farther. So what you do is find the horizon line first. Well, not find it. You're not finding it. You're just establishing it because you're drawing from scratch. You're not doing this. Let's see. Okay, I'll do it the same. Let's pretend I'm going to draw a perspective with two vantage points. So what I'm doing is establishing. Wait, I'm gonna show you how I do it. I do first. I establish what I want to draw. Like, maybe I want to do just two characters chatting, right? They're speaking. One is sitting on a sofa over there. Something like this, right? So the first thing will be to find the horizon line, right? So I know they are roughly about the same height. So uh, this is the distance from the feet to the knee, and this is more or less the same distance. So this guy standing will be 1, 2, 3 and 3/4, maybe. So 1, 2, 3 and 3/4 of that. So this guy standing will be here. So this will be the height of this guy standing here, right? So I have this axis where I could find the where they meet, but um, it's it's outside my paper, right? Let's imagine this is paper. So the next thing that I can do is to try to find a horizon line that cuts these two guys at the same height, right? Let's do it like this. Have an horizon line like this, and I just move it like this. So here's not the horizon line. Here could be, it works. It doesn't work anymore. I'm already touching the shoulders of this one and not on this one. So yeah, it should be, the horizon line should be around here. Okay, so here's my horizon line, right? So now I can sketch the room. Maybe I have a sofa standing here, like this. There's a carpet. There's a carpet, right? I don't know. I just doing a room here, but I'm not sure if what I'm doing as a perspective drawing is okay. But I have the horizon line only. So what I do now is like, okay, I have this. I like this line. So what I can do is, okay, this will be the defining line of my perspective on this side, to this vantage point, to that side. And the defining line to that way will be the sofa, right? So what I can do is this. I will, let's pick this color again. I will use this that way, and I'm gonna measure this, right? And I will make a unit. What's happening? I will divide it in equal units, right? Maybe I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But do it with a ruler, not by hand as I'm doing. And you will repeat that on the other side, right? And on this side, you will do the same. I have 8 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? So now I'm gonna measure this. I'm gonna divide it by the same units here. So maybe this is 10 millimeters and this will be 11 or 12, but they will be 8 units. 10, 10, 10, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, okay, these are not the same size, but you get what I mean. So now you can use this ruler here. You will complete this way and this way and this way and this way. So you will find that maybe you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, 6, 7, 8 to the carpet, right? So now I need 8 of this size to the carpet here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the carpet will have this direction, not the one I draw with the sketch, right? And the base of the sofa will be maybe 2 and 2. This is the direction of the base of the sofa, and so on. You will build everything like this. So I hope this work and it's easy to understand. If not, please let me know in the comments. I have to go now, but I hope this was worth it. I should make a video with a script, not the live video. But anyway, let's make it more. How do you say it? Interactive next time. If you're around, I will continue with this next Saturday. So if you have any questions, please let me know. Subscribe if you haven't. Share with your friends. And if you want any critique, you can do it too. I will read it. And I'll see you next time. Thank you very much. Bye bye.